It's 2 a.m. and your brain is replaying the text you sent in 2019, or rehearsing a conversation that's not even happened, or running the same worry in the loop for the 40th time, as if this lap is the one that finally solves it. You've tried to just stop, but you can't. The harder you try to think your way to peace, the tighter the spin gets. Here's what I need you to know. Overthinking is not a personality trait that you're stuck with, and it's not a sign that something is wrong with you. It's a specific mental loop, and loops can be broken. Today, I'll give you a 3-step system I call the loop break, plus the actual science of why thinking it through actually makes it worse. Let's get you out. And I know what you've tried. You've told yourself to just let it go, which works about as well as telling yourself to just fall asleep. You've journaled and somehow analyzed yourself in a deeper hole. You've tried to think it through one more time, sure that if you just find the right angle, you'll finally feel settled. But you never do, because here's the trap. Overthinking feels like problem solving. It feels productive, it feels responsible. It isn't. There's a psychologist named Susan Nolen who spent her career studying exactly this. She called it rumination, and she literally wrote a book called Women Who Think Too Much. And her research found something you need to hear. People who overthink believe that they are solving problems and gaining insight. But rumination actually impairs your problem solving skills and locks your thinking into rigidity. It doesn't just fail to help, it makes you worse at the very thing you're looping to fix. So, all those hours you've spent thinking it through, they weren't the solution, they were the loop feeding itself. You weren't failing to solve it, you were using the one tool you can't. And here's the one you can. The whole shift is this: you cannot think your way out of overthinking. Thinking is a loop. So the system uses 3 moves that help you step outside it. Step 1 is to catch it. Am I solving or am I spinning? The loop disguises itself as productivity. You need one question to unmask it. Is this producing a new decision or a new piece of information? Or am I just running the same lap? If a new answer or a next action is forming, that's thinking, keep going. But if you're in the same lap for the 40th time with nothing new, that's spinning. Name it out loud. This is a loop, not a solution. You can't break a pattern you keep mistaking for effort. Okay, step 2, break the state with action, not thought. Here's a part that sounds too simple to work until you understand the science. Susan Nolan's research found the way out of rumination isn't more analysis, it's a shift in attention and action. They changed what they were doing. So the moment you catch a spin, change the state physically. Stand up, change rooms, 2 minutes of something with your hands, a short walk, cold water on your face. You're not avoiding the problem, you're cutting the loop's power supply. Because the ruminating brain cannot keep spinning at full volume once the body changes state. Motion breaks rumination and thinking feeds it. Okay, so step 3, answer the fear underneath. Once you're out of the spin, look at what the loop was actually circling. Overthinking is almost never about the text or the decision on the surface. Underneath is a loop trying to confirm the old identity about yourself. Did I mess up? Am I too much? Will I be okay? Am I enough? So ask, what am I actually afraid is true about me right now? Name it, then answer it at the level of identity, not the surface problem. I am safe even when I don't have this figured out. I am wonderful even at 2 a.m., even unresolved. That's the answer the loop was never going to reach by spinning because it was looping in the wrong place. So, catch the spin, break the state, answer the fear. The loop break. 3 moves that work because they step outside the thinking that's keeping you stuck. For years, my loop ran one line. Did I do enough? Am I enough? I thought overthinking meant I cared. It just meant that I suffered longer, I solved nothing. The night I finally stood up mid spin and answered the real fear instead of the surface one, that was the first quiet I'd had in months. Not because I'd overthought it, but because I'd stopped trying to. So here's what you do with this. 2 things and both make it easier on you. First, I made you a free 1-page break the loop card. There's 3 steps: the catch, question, and the identity answers. So at 2 a.m., you don't have to remember any of this. It's in the description and also pinned in comments. Print it and keep it by your bedside. Second, if your overthinking shows up as checking, refreshing, rereading, is it working yet? Needing to know for sure. That's a specific flavor of this loop. And I made a whole video and a free tracker just for this, the checking cleanse. Watch that next, that's an actual companion to this one. And I'll link it all on the screen. And remember, real doesn't always mean true. A thought looping 40 times feels real, feels urgent, feels like truth. It isn't, it's just practiced. And you can practice a different one. Tell me in the comments the line that your loop runs, the one that shows up at 2 a.m. Naming it is half the break. And I read every single one. Subscribe and you'll get one system like this a week. It was never too late, you were never broken. You just needed a way out of the loop. And now you have one. See you in the next one. Bye bye.